Zdravím všechny diváky a divačky, já vás zdravím u mého dalšího videa, je to herní série ze hry Horizon Forbidden West, u už 6. dílu. A naposledy jsme skončili tak, že jsme dokončili ten úkol, ten vedlejšák s tím zatopeným dolem. No a dnes posuneme s hlavní dějovou linkou zase, protože tam máme městečko, jak vy můžete vidět, ale nejdřív si tady polezu. Doufám, že budu moc tam líst. Tady ještě loot. Wait. Kurva, zeskoč. Ještě než se takhle do toho pustíme, tak samozřejmě tady polutíme. A tam nahoře je věž. Ta věž, tak je tam hezký výhled, to za prvý. Kurva. No tak les, ale... Eloj. No. Samozřejmě existují jiné cesty, ale já chci vzít tady tuhle, protože to je taková nejlepší a nejrychlejší podle mě. Když to zrovna jde. A jo, ta věž už je tady hned, takže to je pohoda. Tak. Nejfajné, jak je to tady hezky zvýrazněný. Tak, vytáhneme se. Počkej, ale tam je loot. To teda. Tak. Trošku si to uspíšíme. No. Hoď, les. Vylez to nahoru už, heloj. No, tak. A počkej, co tady bylo? To byl asi bug. Tam je něco fialového. Já už tady mám. Zablokovaná cesta. Starobylý černý náramek. To nevadí, já se dostanu tam takhle. Počkej, co tam můžu dostat? No, pohoda. A jako přiznám se, že za kamerou už jsem trošku hrál. A takovýhle věže jsem už prošel, myslím, 3. A nevím. Kurva. Prdele. Počkat. Teď nevím. Kurně. Ale spustit žebřík. No. Teď nevím, kde byly ty věže. Ale to je jedno. Takže budeme pokračovat. To je zablokovaná cesta, to nevadí. Tak. Vylez to, helej. Tak a budeme pokračovat dál, takže asi sem. Je dobrý soundtrack zase. Tak. Mě zajímalo, kdo to jsem dával, ale asi Silence. No a každá tady tahle věž obsahuje jednu čočku. Až teďka mám třetí. Čočka ráno. Takže jsem měl 2, no. Ale to nevadí. No ani to nebolelo. Už to máme za sebou. Máme tady, nevím, tak 5 minut. Teprv. Jo, jenom tady tenhle divný pohled je vždycky, když se slaníte dolů. Ale tak to se dá přežít. Co to je? To je další kolektiv byl nějaký. OK. Jdem se slanit dolů. Tak jo. Je tu něco? Nějaká rostlina zase. Ježiši! Eloj! Ty nějak cvičíš. Rychle radši slezem dolů. To se mi nelíbilo. Tak a kam teď? Asi dopředu, že? Tak, já tady městečko. Městečko Palermo. Asi bych měl jít legální cestou, ale já nejsem taky legální, takže Ta co? To je loot. Takže to budu muset z toho mostu se tam dostat.
Outlander approaching. Is that the savior?
Spasitor.
Wanna come in, savior?
Chainscrape. Počkej, já si tady vezmu ten shooter. A to je nějaký... To je nějaký zelenolesk a ten jako je asi hodně vzácnej a...
Chainscrape savior.
Open up, guys. Jor's orders.
Good enough for me.
By the forge. Petra? Aloy, what are you doing here?
Kdo je Petra?
About time there was something worth looking at in this dump. It's nice to see you too. And not a moment too soon. Come on. Damn brewery's the only thing I can count on in this place. Yeah, I heard. Machines, work stoppage. Oh, those are just the latest malfunctions. Chainscrape's always been a few tools short of a kit. And right there is the biggest tool of all.
Our land, not our problem. The bristlebacks are everybody's problem.
Roland? You've heard of him. Yeah. But he's a story best told over a cold beer. Petra. I'm just passing through. I'm headed west. Oh. There's an embassy at Barrenlight I need to make happen, and then I keep moving. Ah, of course. Bigger gears to grind. Well, Flamehair, good to see you. You've got to move on. Petra. But if you want a cold beer and a few laughs with an old friend, come find me at the brewery. Your choice. Well, this old one guy sounds like trouble. Maybe Petra could use some support. But first things first, I need to find that workbench and upgrade my bow.
No nic, jak měla... Eloy měla pravdu. Měli bychom si jít vylepšit ten luk. A jo, protože s tím jsem čekal na vás. A ještě, co mi připomíná, máme šestý level, myslím, takže máme dovednosti. Můžeme si dát 5 dovednostních bodů někam. Takže samozřejmě si je dáme sem. Ano. Potom léčení tichého úderu. Obnovy při tiché... ty vole. Tichý pohyb. To beru. Ale ještě z téhle strany to budu muset brát asi. Co je tady? Získání tichého úderu. Obnoví výdrž zbraní a získej dodatečnou chrabrost. Jo, to je chrabrost, to ještě nemám. Rychle kopí. Útoky zblízka jsou těžší a tím snižují trhání zblížení. Na potřebu je tohle. A potom tohle. Nízký profil. Já to budu potřebovat. Jo. Abych potom měl tady toto. Tu neviditelnost jako predátor. Tak jo, to by bylo. Tak a co máme tady ten vykřičníček? Co to je? Ochotný javat. Co je? Jenom kradu. Chci ještě něco? Asi ne.
You mean the land that honest Osram laborers work tirelessly with no say in its governance? The land that should you sign the
I thought you'd left by now.
Damned concession to... What do you want, Ulvund? Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be bought? If you want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the bristlebacks and sign the concession decree. Face it, what other choice do you have?
Hi.
Savior, what auspicious timing. Might we discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might. Later.
Very well. I shall be waiting.
So, the savior herself. Walloper of Derval, gutter of youth.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. Olfant Freeholder, at your service. So, what could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian to this smudge of a settlement? Your saviorly attention must be needed elsewhere.
I'm here for the embassy and...
The embassy? Why, by the forge. Ah. Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my saviorly attention.
Ah, the bristlebacks, of course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take place. Well, best get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast. You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well, I refuse to play nice to some fancy-robed parchment pusher when my fellow laborers are being bullied, intimidated, and taken advantage of.
How noble of you.
Noble, ha! Born with a hammer in hand, I was. Nobody handed me anything or dropped opportunity into my lap. Everything I've achieved, I've done on my own.
And where is this hammer now?
The, burden of leadership forced me to set it aside. The Carja risk nothing, while demanding that good Osseram gamble with their lives out there. Someone had to step up and say no more.
You ordered the work stoppage?
Indeed I did. We're laborers, not soldiers. Until the Carja clean up their mess and give us the fair deal we deserve, I'm not risking Osseram lives.
Fair deal? You mean your concession decree?
It's not my decree. It's on behalf of all the good Osseram laborers of this land who do all the back-breaking work, while only the Carja reap the rewards. All we're asking for is the ability to share in this prosperity for a land worked by the people, for the people.
Right. And just how much would be your share?
Only an amount appropriate to my contributions to this community, of course.
Pěkně vychcenej, čurák.
Where's the whistle?
Right in the middle of town, but with the threat out there, I'm not endangering innocent Osram lives.
I'm going to clear out the bristlebacks. And when I'm done, this valley is gonna get moving.
If that's what it takes. Until then, I'll keep looking after the safety of these good folk.
Just be ready to blow the whistle.
Tyjo, ta Eloy je teďka úplně najetá.
I bet he's in the tavern.
Tak, ještě je tady jeden trouhelníček. Ta trouhelníček, já jsem úplný kokot. Vykřičníček. Tak, tady je hospoda. Co je tady toto? Ježiš, co to nechce? A moje obočí. Svitek, formule, já to vlastně číst nebudu. Sorry. Tak, stopněte si to. Ale pěkně sedu, no dobře, tak jdu za tebou.
Savior, thank you for taking the time, and my condolences that you had to endure Olvant's bloviating.
I've dealt with worse. It sounds like he's really trying to put you over the barrel.
The idea that the Carja purposely let bristlebacks into the Daunt, it's completely absurd. But the louder and longer he says it, the more support he'll get for his damned concession decree.
How did the bristlebacks get into the Daunt?
No one knows for sure. The first report of them came from west of the quarry. But unless they have wings I don't know about, I don't see how they could have come over the mountains.
No other way in.
The only way I know about is barren light. Look, if you can get to the bottom of this, I can offer a considerable bounty in return. Help me shut Olvant up.
Tak komu pomůžeme? Tady tohle hodnostáři, anebo tady trochu rudému příteli?
What is this concession decree that Ulvund wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Oseram holdings. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess. Because he stands to profit somehow?
Exactly. With the Daunt under Oseram law, he could secure more investment for their numerous ventures.
He can't get those investments without the concession?
No. Not while there's a chance the Sundom could revoke their access. Hence, why the concession is so important to him. And why blaming the Karja for the bristlebacks, no matter how absurd, works in his favor.
How does blaming the Karja for the bristlebacks help Ulvund get his concession?
Look around. This may be the Sundom, but Chainscrape is all gears and rust and bad ale. Claiming that the Karja loosed the bristlebacks in order to intimidate Oseram laborers into obedience. Well, let's just say no one here has forgotten the atrocities of the Mad Sun King. And with the bristlebacks bringing work in the valley to a halt, Ulvund has plenty of time to pick at barely healed wounds.
And if the Oseram refuse to work, unless the concession is signed, you won't have a choice.
Correct. The reconstruction of Barren Light must continue.
Já ti pomůžu, chlape.
How did you get stuck out here?
I asked for the posting, believe it or not. Overseeing the entire valley on behalf of the Sun King? It was an honor. Is an honor, I mean.
But your job would be a lot easier without someone like Ulvund blasting hot air all the time?
Ulvund's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. Even fancies himself the founder of Chainscrape. No, I'll find a way to live with him. I have to.
Jo, musíme.
How did you
Protože
get
to už
stuck out
jsem
here?
slyšel.
I asked for the posting. It was
But your job like Ulvund?
Ulvund's. He's been around. No, I'll find. I have to.
You said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry?
Yes, according to one terrified laborer, said the ground trembled before they came charging down the hillside. He took off and ran all the way here.
Good place to start looking then.
If you learn the truth, maybe Ulvund will stop blaming the Karja for every problem under the sun, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding Barren Light instead.
Dobře, pomůžeme tady tomuhle hodnostáři, ten je rozhodně lepší než tam ten, který byl u té lanovky.
Hey, Ray. Change your mind about that brew?
Fancy a game of Strike?
Jo, tady je ta hranová, no to jsem úplně zapomněl, že tady přidali nějakou jako deskovku. To si zahrajeme další díl. To je Petra. Jo, fakt jo. Ale s tou mluvit teďka nepotřebuji. Tu hru si zahrajeme potom. Jakože ne dneska, ale potom. To je Milduf, jaký chief.
Hey, Mildef. I took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put a strider in a sleeper hold.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sounds like you're serving up some impressive provisions here.
Not again. You can have the discount too, but you'll have to come back later.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Ulvund didn't send you?
No.
Oh, my apologies. It's just that his minions won't stop pestering me. Now I've even worn out my special grill. Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip to what it is you wanted?
Some of your food?
Of course.
Are Ulvund's people causing you problems?
Oh, yeah. They constantly demand my best, but the equipment I need to make my signature dishes isn't built for batch cooking. And don't get me started on the Ulvund discount they feel so entitled to.
And if you refuse?
I make meals. No trouble.
How did you end up in Chainscrape?
Heard about a new and upcoming town at the edge of the frontier. Where there's a town, there's a tavern. I was in need of work. So I got myself out here and started cooking. Some of these people had never tasted proper boars and berries stew before. Anyway, next thing I knew, people kept coming back. Guess they liked my food. Or the ale.
O tom pivu bych pochyboval.
Your last customer mentioned your cooking really kept him going out in the wild. Where I'm headed, I could use some of that.
I would be happy to oblige, especially since you have the decency to ask pleasantly. But my special groove griddle is no more. Without it, I can't cook any of my signature dishes. I hate to think what'll happen when I'm forced to refuse Olvin or his goons. Even if I already had the right ingredients, there's nothing I can do. Unless you can source me a temporary replacement?
What do you need?
For the ingredients, a few pieces of decent wild meat, and I'd say a big handful of bitter leaf stems. That'll do. As for the griddle, a corrugated metal panel might suffice until I can have a new one forged. You'd likely find one in a scrounger pile, if you follow the river to the northeast. Don't worry, I'll clean it first. You'll have no issue finding boars and bitter leaf on your way. Assuming you're as much a hunter-gatherer as your clothing suggests.
Thanks, Mildef. I'll keep an eye out.
So that's what gratitude sounds like.
And don't let anyone push you around, okay?
If you say so.
Ty vole. Špetka odvahy. Já to ale možná už mám?
Ah, hello again. How goes your search?
About that.
Co? Já to
What did you
nemám.
need to make your signature dish?
A corrugated metal panel for... You could probably pull one out of a scrounger. And for the dish...
Já to fakt nemám.
I should be going.
Right.
To si děláš prdel, ne? Úder strojů. Jo, to je ta hra. To potom. Neznáme cvičiště. Tak, uhni. Tak. Proč se to zasekává, kurně? To se mi nelíbí. A to město je velký, no, tak jako... Se dá pochopit. Já potřebuji najít pong. A to je loot. A bedna. To tady bude ponkaj. To kde je? Jak to ten loot? To musím vlízt. Dík. Tak. Jo. Je tady hodně otazníků. Tak a ještě tady. Tam se nějak dostanem. Je lektvary. To se dostane jak přes střechu, ne? A to asi ne. To je, ale jako je to hezká základna. No počkej, takže tam se musím dostat stejně přes tu tavernu. Jau. No dobrá. Tak tam ještě jednou vlezem. To je prakticky jeden velký barák. A jo, tady to je. Tady vaří. Ty driáky. Jež? Hej, hňupe, já s tebou chci mluvit. Tak prý nemůžu. Tak si naser. OK, takže kam teď? Pong. Tady jdeme k Ponku. A potom, co se týče Ponku, tak se na to asi vyprdnu, no. A další díl. Dík. Dobrá, tak. Máme vaky na vylepšení. Na lektvary, na šípy určitě vezmu. Vak na zdroje to taky. Zasuvní napasti to vůbec. A na bomby taky ne. A na šípy nemůžu, co potřebuju? Koška zmývala, no ježiši, a to kde mám vzít? Z ropušníka a husí pírko, no, tak to nemám. A na bomby na to seru. Když bomby potom budou dobrý. Vylepším zbroje. Určitě vylepšíme. Jo, level 1. Pohoda. No to taky mám. Já jsem celkem dost jakoby farmil, takže mám do začátku celkem dost věcí. Luk si nemůžu vylepšit? Jenom ten prak? Je, tady je luk. Tak. Paráda. Ty vole. Hned mám ten nejlepší luk, co můžu mít. Aspoň ze základní. Tuhle blbost si já budu dělat zatím nebudu. Tak, vaky. Zatím ne. Tak, a teď si koupím nový luk. Počkej. Pro jednu z tvých zbraní bylo lepší po cívku. Cívka nelze vylepšit zbraně. Já to vím. Dal si zbraň v inventáři, ale já nemám cívky ještě. To až potom.
Shop looks closed.
Yep.
Can I still use the workbench?
I ain't gonna stop you.
Děláš si prdel? Mi máš prodat nějakou zbraň? Co tady? Halo? S tebou ani nemůžu obchodovat, to si děláš prdel. A teď ani tu nemůžu proběhnout. Tak, počkej. Ne, nemůžu fakt s ním mluvit. Tak to je na hovno. No, já si myslím, že už je pro dnešek víc než dost věcí, co jsme tady udělali. Zajímalo mě, kde si to uložím, ale to je... tady je ohniště. OK. Takže tady se asi s vámi pro dnešek rozloučím. Já na tom městičku před tou tavernou. Proti světlu. Tak. Paráda. Takže, jestli se vám video líbilo, můžete dát like, a mě taky potěší. A jestli se vám video líbilo úplně maximálně, tak ho můžete sdílet svým kamarádům a mě hodně podpořit, ještě víc než odberem. No a jestli mě chcete opravdu podpořit, velmi moc, a potěšit, tak mi můžete dát follow na mém Instagramu profilu linux.cz, všechno malým, bez háčku, bez čárek a bez žádné interpunkce. A jo, fakt bych byl rád, kdybyste mi dali ten follow na Instagramu. A to by bylo asi všechno, takže... Ty vole, co to kurva bylo? Já to radši vypnu. Takže jo, to by bylo fakt všechno. Takže zatím čau.